Hello everyone, and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. So, today I want to try something a little bit different. We're going to continue with Thaumcraft for a little bit, but I want to take a look at a Thaumcraft add-on called Thaumic Horizons. Now, there is something in here that I want to get, so we'll have to make our way to that level of tech. So, first things first, I'm going to try to go down the main tree. And hopefully we unlock our progression towards it. I don't know where it's supposed to be in this, but I know it's part of this mod. So, alcaponics. So let's see what this is. So, the ability to produce more of something by putting in the seeds or... okay. Simple enough. Alchemical incubation. After the success, similar process animals seem to be the logical next step. Providing a chicken with warmth and raw life energy guarantees that the embryo... okay, so basically, every time you throw an egg, well, one of these eggs, it always spawns a chicken. Rapid aging. Hold on, wait, what? Oh, okay, I see. Meat growth. Okay, just basically duplicate meat. Lovely. Okay, flesh hardening from food to fashion. Oh, cool, the ability to transmute rotten flesh into leather. Or just food. Okay, I guess I'll have to get this as well. You know what? This might be a good time to talk about warp. Nah, you know what? I'll wait until we start feeling the effects of it, and then I'll do a full tutorial on it. Okay, so... what's this? Potion making. Okay, hold on. What if you could achieve the same ends using Essentia? Of course, the idea of drinking Essentia makes thaumaturges wince, and for good reason. The human stomach was not built to process raw magical energies. On the other hand, alchemically treating a sample of your own blood and injecting it back into yourself is proven to be a reliable method of applying temporary magical effects. For example, Lux Essentia gives strong affinity for night vision and a weak affinity for blindness. You can create a short-lived injection of night vision with 2 Lux, but adding a third will also apply a blindness effect. If the 4th unit of Essentia is Perfodio, which has a very strong affinity for haste, the resulting injection will instead apply night vision and haste. Okay. Interesting. Culture vat. Okay, so it's a multi-block structure. With your newfound understanding of tissue replication, it should be possible to adapt these techniques to rapidly heal a creature's wounds. This procedure is rather delicate and cannot be performed with a crucible. Instead, you have designed a specialized vat which diagnoses the patient and pipes the appropriate essentia to treat them. Victus restores lost health, albeit slowly. Fames refills your hunger bar. Sono quickly restores health. It also nullifies most negative status effects. To enter or exit the culture vat, simply right-click the lid's access hatch. Theoretically, the vat should be capable of healing any being, but so far none of your livestock have proven cooperative enough to enter. Suspecting that your vats can be further improved, you have designed the hatch to double as an expansion port. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Oh, okay, we've got some other stuff here, which I think is getting towards what I want to make. Wand Focus Illumination. A simple alchemical treatment allows a solid glowstone to act as a channel for V's, functioning much like a conventional wand focus. When used, it shapes a small amount of air and ignis V's into a stable orb of light. Your field expedition should no longer require dozens of torches. Oddly enough, coating this focus in colored dye also changes oh, that would be so cool! Oh, that would be so cool. A node monitor. Oh, okay, I don't have the aspects for that. Alchemite. Mundane explosives have their uses in mining and trap making, but their tendencies to completely destroy objects limits their applicability. You think you have solved this problem by transforming an ordinary explosion's pressure wave into a ripple in the Thaumic field, shattering objects into their component aspects. Blocks broken by alchemite will drop crystallized essentia instead of the usual items. Any creatures killed by the blast will suffer this similar fate, though they still drop items. It would probably not be a good idea to subject an aura node to such forces. Interesting. I wonder what would happen if you did. Right, I wanted to go upstairs so I can make more aspects. Oh, come on. The machines are noisy today. Isn't it supposed to be control click, shift click? Okay, shift click. I thought it was control click. Maybe that's why it didn't work for me in the past. Node monitor. Nodes are perhaps a thaumaturge's most valuable asset, and it's high time you treated them as such. With some slight modifications to a thermometer, you have created a device which hovers adjacent to an aura node and keeps track of its status. Should any of the node's aspects drop to a single point of V's, the node monitor emits a redstone signal until the aspect recovers. Hopefully this will give you enough warning to rescue a beleaguered node. Okay, interesting. I don't know how that would help, but I'm sure it has its uses. Okay, let's try the Great Wood Boat. Oh, basically just an indestructible boat. Indestructible boat. Cool, okay. A thaumium boat. Is a lava-proof boat. Okay, cool. Okay, where is the thing that I'm looking for? Do I have to keep doing other stuff? Okay, let's look into the lenses thing. Goggles of revealing are an indispensable tool on their own, but what if your senses could be further augmented? By placing a special lens over the eye, you can benefit from both the goggle's mystic sight and the lens's unique ability. Lenses can be quickly swapped by holding the V key or removed by pressing the V while holding shift. So similar to wand focus. The first such lens you have developed amplifies incoming light, granting you constant night vision. Sadly, the primal fire used in its construction reacts poorly with fluids, so this amplification does not function underwater. Fair enough. Scholar's Lens. You considered Thermometer's scanning ability to be unacceptable loss. Now this trade-off is no longer necessary. When equipped, the Scholar's Lens will automatically scan any blocks or entity under your crosshair, assuming it's within range. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Evanescent Lens. Light cannot penetrate most forms of matter, but magic is not so easily stopped. You have designed a lens capable of pulling light short distances through the Thaumic field, allowing you to see through a 3x3 square of blocks. Unfortunately, the light waves suffer decoherence when passing through certain complex objects, and so such blocks will remain opaque. Okay. X-ray vision, basically. Agrarian Lens. Living creatures perturb the aura simply by existing, sending out ripples like stones tossed in a pond. Similarly, the presence of an undead entity produces distortions. You have developed an arcane lens capable of detecting these phenomena, allowing you to see entities through walls. Living creatures are highlighted in blue, while undead creatures are marked by a twisted red vortex. Interesting. Okay, well, let's... I know what I'm looking for is in here somewhere. Incarnation. Are tantalizingly close to mastering life itself. It is time to take the next step, artificially birthing whole organisms. This procedure can be performed in an unmodified culture vat, but it does require a few special reagents. The first of these is a tissue sample from the creature to be cloned, a piece of meat, or a warded syringe filled with the creature's blood. Once the sample is in place, piping 4 Victus Essentia into the vat will ignite its growth. Finally, the clone will require large amounts of nourishment to reach its adult size. You have developed an optimized nutrient mixture for this purpose. Nutrient mix, okay. Clone will grow to adult size. Human clones will always fail. Breaking the vat before the creature is extracted will kill it. Good to know. Blast files. Splash potions. Okay, so basically a splash potion variation of... Splash potion variation of different stuff. Okay, so... Unfortunately, that leaves us blocked for now, so I think I have to do different research somewhere else, and I think a good place to start is going to be in here. I would like to get this stuff done, so let's try the node stabilizer and see if that did anything. No, but I think I'm probably on the right track. I don't know for sure. Okay, so let's try this thing. Node stabilizer. Basically, it halves the recharge rate of a node, but it has a chance of turning fading nodes into pale nodes and removing the unstable trait from a node, as well as preventing unstable nodes from losing their aspects at all. So basically, it stops unstable nodes from breaking down, and can get rid of the fading trait as well. Okay, 3 more Aurum. Harnessing Vis. So this is a nodes transducers. So this is something we're going to need eventually. Without these nodes, thaumaturges would not even be able to perform the simplest of tasks, but the nodes themselves have several limitations that make their use impracticable for extensive operations. Foremost amongst these limitations is the fact that they are easily depleted, and it takes quite some time for them to once again gather their energy from mystical sources. So basically what this does is it converts a node into a transduce node, which instead of having its energy drained and then having to recharge it, it constantly produces a smaller unit of power at a constant rate. It doesn't need to recharge, it just constantly produces that amount of power. And then you can channel this to different Thaumcraft machines. You can craft it to a wand recharger. You can do all sorts of different things. But basically, it eliminates the limitation of a node where it has to recharge and stuff. Of course, there are stuff you can't do with a transduce node, but you can do with a normal node, and vice versa. You can't power machines with a normal node. You can't use you can't recharge a staff with a transduce node, as far as I know. and so on and so forth. So they both have their limitations. You're really going to want one of both regardless. So let's see, did that get me what I want? No, but it did unlock some new stuff, which might get me to what I want. Okay, so I need 5 plus 8 is 13. There we go. So, V's Dynamo, what do you do? Occasionally you find yourself needing centivies without an energized node at hand. This apparatus neatly solves the problem by powering devices directly from the user's wand. Holding down your right mouse button with a wand in hand will charge the dynamo, drawing 1 V per second from the wand and emitting 5 centivies. By default, the V's Dynamo will operate on all 6 primal aspects simultaneously, but the frugal thaumaturge can also restrict it to only draw the aspects she needs via its GUI. Okay, cool. Ethereal shards. I think. What is this? The ethereal essence left over from a destroyed aura node has long been a tantalizing mystery. It seems to retain the node's ability to store V's in an easily accessible form, but cannot charge itself without the dimensional breach at the node's heart, and tends to evaporate if left unattended. You may have discovered workarounds for both of these issues. With the proper infusion, a balanced shard can serve as an artificial node core. Though it produces no V's of its own, centivis from an energized node can easily be redirected into an ethereal shard for convenient storage. Oh, okay, so it's like a battery. The shard has no V's capacity on its own. You must right-click it with an ethereal essence in hand to add capacity. Once it's charged, V's can be drawn from the shard as though it were an ore node. Compound aspects can only be charged at the centivis provided it contains all primal aspects present in that compound. When broken, the shard drops all essence that was bound to it. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how to use that properly, but it sounds like it's basically a battery. Essentia Dynamo. Though the V's Dynamo is certainly useful, its need for manual attention often makes it impractical. Automate the process by piping in Essentia. Okay, so I can produce centivis from Essentia. That's actually really cool. That would almost eliminate the need for a transduced node at all, if I set it up right. I think what I'm looking for is this thing. I think that's what I'm looking for. I'm not sure how to get to it, though. I did not mean to buy that, but we just bought a bone wand core, which basically has it will recharge itself up to 10% of its charge per DTO, just on its own. So there you go. Let's see, advanced node stabilizer. Oh, we might as well get the focal manipulator. Wand foci are capable of amazing feats, but they aren't very flexible. A single focus is seldom capable of performing more than a single function. So basically, this allows you to basically enchant your wand focus. It used to be that you could do this with an enchanting table, but now it's made this way. Did that unlock the thing I want? No. How do I do this? Maybe I need the advanced node stabilizer. Let's try that. So this is the Advanced Node Stabilizer. It prevents smaller nodes from having their V's drained by nearby nodes. So if you put two nodes close together, like I have in my FTB series, if I put the smaller one over top of an Advanced Node Stabilizer, regardless of how much smaller it is than the other node, it will not lose any aspects to it. It also has a higher chance of getting rid of the unstable and fading traits. And it almost completely negates the recharge rate of a node. So, something to keep in mind. The big bonus to this guy is that when coupled with this, I think you have to use an Advanced Node Stabilizer. I think you can use an Advanced Node Stabilizer. And I think it makes it, it puts less risk, because activating this thing has will rapidly deplete a node's aspects all the way down to 0, and then convert its value of the resulting energy into the square root of the value it had. But because it drains it all to 0, there's a risk that the node will lose one of those aspects before transducing. So you could end up losing, one of your aspects, which could suck. But I think this helps reduce that risk even further. Still no, huh? I'm pretty sure that's the thing I want. But I don't know what I'm missing. Do I need the wand recharge pedestal as well? How are we doing for time? We're pretty much over time, but that's okay. Wand recharge pedestal, so it's pretty straightforward. You put your wand in it, it'll draw V's from any nearby nodes, and just fix up your wand for you. Okay, what about now? Still no. Okay, well. Pretty sure I'm in the right branch over here. So let's try you. So this basically allows you to recharge your wand when it's in here. You put this thing on top of the table and it will recharge your crafting wand or your normal wand via your transduce node array. So you can channel energy from your transduce node over to your table and it'll recharge your wand. So you could say that makes the wand recharge pedestal obsolete, but a pedestal can fit a scepter, or not a scepter, a staff, while a arcane crafting bench cannot. So the only way to recharge a staff is with the pedestal, or directly doing it yourself. Let's just get this because we can. So this is a compound recharge focus. You put this on top of your wand recharge pedestal and it'll allow a wand to break down compound aspects from a node into their primal aspects to recharge the wand. Alright, well that's going to do it for this one, so thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed all that fun stuff as always. Sorry today was mostly looking up the Thaumic stuff, but hopefully you've learned some interesting stuff about Thaumcraft and stuff you'd like to check out. Or maybe now you've started thinking of creative ways to solve different problems. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed it nonetheless, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.